2016 Jeep Renegade. Is it worth a look from you off-roaders out there? Or you renege on ever thinking about purchasing one of these? Well, the Average Car Review guy is here to give you a look at it. Let's see what it's working with. So let's get right into it. This is the 2016 Jeep Renegade Trailhawk. A model that a lot of y'all might not be familiar with. It's pretty new, I think. I think it came from... You got to start as like a European thing, if I'm not mistaken. Small SUV that they brought over to America. We seem to get things last when it comes to smaller vehicles. You know, they like it big over here in the States. But let's get to it. Has Jeep made something worth checking out? You know, so far, in my opinion, the only Jeeps worth checking out are the Grand Cherokee and the Cherokee, which is the little brother of the Grand Cherokee. But I haven't reviewed the basic Cherokee. I need to get to that. So let's look around and focus on what we got going on in the cockpit. So I call it. Right off the bat, you got plastic on the door here. But with a vehicle like this, I don't really mind the plastic because you're probably going to be doing some off-road driving, and it's easy to wipe dust off of a hard surface. So you got to understand why they might have used that there. But at the same time, this is padded with a soft material that feels pretty good. Power windows, power locks are like a nice matte chrome touch on the door. This particular model has some red accents over the speakers and the gear shift and on the seat trim, which I can appreciate. You know, Trailhawk labeled for you. Red around the air conditioner vents. Those standard air vents, not those circular kind that I mentioned that I don't like in other vehicles. Auto control lights with a nice rubbery laced knob that feels pretty good. This is plastic, but it's like a textured plastic. It's not real cheap feeling. Your dimmer controls for your lights inside the cabin and your odometer cluster, which has a digital screen in the middle, along with the standard classic speed readings and RPM readings. On the wheel, you have controls for your screen. I know because I've tested it. Bluetooth phone controls, the Jeep logo in chrome here, and your cruise control settings. Might have some other touches down here if you get it decked out even further. Push start in a Jeep like this. That's new. This ain't the big Grand Cherokee, which is about luxury. This is more of like a sporty off-road Jeep, and it's laced. This up top is a soft material that feels tough and quality. Good job. Since 1941, you have a standard Jeep looking radio. Pretty basic right here. Chrome accents on your climate control knobs. And they don't really have a rubberized accent around them, but I can appreciate the chrome. Down here, in this model, you have four-wheel drive options or different conditions. Snow, sand, mud, and rock. So this is ready to go off-road. Auxiliary for your iPod or whatever you want to hook into it, your phone. And a 12-volt charger right there. A handle here, which I guess is when you hit those, rocket areas and you got your boo on your side right here. You know, hold on, baby. We about to go off-road. We about to hit it. I don't want you to mess up your pretty little hair. You hang on right there for your dear life. We got the country coming at me. Hold up. Really back in. So that's what your door looks like from a frontal view. Pretty good. I like the cabin. You know, back on my Jeep Compass reviews or whatever, when it was just trash. And they still are trash. They haven't changed that much. They still make those models, and they're about exactly the same. You can still go watch that review. One of the first reviews I ever did that caused a lot of controversy. This really has the same overall layout. You got the screen, which is a little nicer, and the knobs down here. But the difference is it just looks like they cared about it a little more. You know, you got accents, you got some nice materials in the cabin. Let me start it up so you can see what I mean. You know, you got a up-to-date screen here with the Jeep logo. It's touch operated. You know, basic buttons on the side to operate everything. You even have a compass in the screen there. You know, just some touches that make it stand out a little more. You know, there's that big digitized screen. Like I said, you can test different things down here. Like, everything's computerized. This is what you should, if you're gonna buy a car these days and you got money to spend, you should expect this now. This is like standard stuff now. That's why, you know, I was so hard on those old Jeeps, because it's like, what are y'all doing? You got these nice rubberized floor mats, once again, with the, you know, easy to clean mentality, and tough fabric seats. They're not leather, but they're like a real tough, sturdy material. Down here you have the emergency brake. That's a switch, not the old kind, but the new updated switch type. Red trim around the gear shift, and it's got chrome accents and real nice and sturdy feeling, kind of big and aggressive in your hand. So yeah, this is what you're working with. I mean, you got your nice vents up top. We adjust them up here, a little different feature where they had that located. This is a Jeep I wouldn't be, you know, embarrassed to have somebody ride in with me. It looks a lot modern, a lot more modern. They really nailed the visibility out of the park. The way they set the windshield up and the windows, it's got like a real thin, what do you call it? What do you call this right here? I can't think of the name of it. I probably never even knew the name of it. But that's pretty thin, so it cuts down on your blind spot, and you have, you know, visibility out of this part of the window all the way back. You know, you can see around pretty much everywhere with no problem. So that's much improved. And you have a nice soft touch armrest with a USB charger inside of there. And, you know, a deep compartment here with space for your, people don't really use CDs now. What do they store in there now? Just junk. So yeah, it still looks like a traditional Jeep from the past few years, but it looks like they finally touched it up. So let's hop in the back and see how much room we're working with. This is a small SUV, so I'm not expecting a lot of room back there, but let's give it a test. Well, as I expected, not a lot of leg room. If you got big legs, it might be pretty uncomfortable back here. But yeah, I feel pretty claustrophobic in this back seat. It's a tight ride, but this is like a subcompact SUV. Same thing in the back. Materials on the door feel pretty good, exactly the same. Accents and the seats in the back, they actually put a little bit of leather. You got that same sturdy fabric here with leather accents around the outer portion. So that's a nice detail for the back seat rider. Same good floor mats down there in case you can't see them. I know it's black on black. And you have a 115 volt AC charger, which is a full on 3-pronged charger slot that you might not be able to see, but you can actually plug something into that, like a appliance looking thing or something like that. Whatever you want to bring with you. Can you see the room in the back compartment? Maybe not. I'll get out and open it because it's black on black, and as I'm recording, I can't really see anything. But when I go back and edit the videos, sometimes you can see a little more detail. Anyway, that's some behind the scenes stuff that nobody cares about. Let's get this center console shot while I'm back here. So simple, yet so much better looking than those old, outdated Jeep Compass and Jeep Liberty interiors, which look pretty much exactly the same. Yeah, I can work with this. Man, it took me a while to figure out how to get this thing open. But not a lot of room back here. You can fold those seats down, I'm sure. Well, yeah, it looks like you can. Yeah, you can fold these down and create some more room. You got another 12-volt charger back here. But other than that, not a lot of cargo space. Unless you fold the seats down, but pretty good. Well, it's time for the ultimate test. None of these bells and whistles mean anything. None of these upgrades mean anything if the drive experience sucks. So let's put it on the road for a second. And see how it goes. I didn't see that guy right there. He probably saw me talking to myself and like, what's wrong with this dude? I'm trying to help the people. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Well, I'm going off into the sunset here, so I might need to put my visor down, which is pretty big and easy to reach. Got a little baseball game going on over there. It's that time of year. Well, the ride is a little bumpy, but not too bad so far over that little rocky patch of road. But the acceleration is way better than those other Jeeps, you know. It's handling. It's not like I'm doing anything special. I'm just accelerating. And those old Jeeps, I mean, those other Jeep models like the Compass and the Liberty, they would be dying just to get up to this level. Yeah, this is a much better engine. Peppy, capable. No wind noise. No wind noise like those other Jeeps. I'm liking this, you know. If I had to get an off-road type Jeep, this is the way to go. You know, if you want luxury and comfort, you go with the Grand Cherokee. I like this model even more than the well, the Cherokee is a little bigger, so they're both pretty good. I gotta say, this is a big improvement, Jeep. You keep this up, I just may learn to respect you. This is a much better driving experience than what I'm used to from this size Jeep, this category of a Jeep. And I think that they've done an all-around good job with this. So if you want a small SUV that's affordable, that you can take off-road, definitely give this one a look. I like the features. I like the drive feel. Hey, for the first time, the average car review guy is going to recommend a Jeep product other than the Grand Cherokee. Let's wrap this up with a score. Jeep for your Renegade small SUV. I'm going to give you a 4 out of 5. Solid effort. And I want you to keep this up. Don't let me down. Average car review guy signing out.